Andrew Kirby is a successful entrepreneur and YouTuber with over 500,000 subscribers and 22 million views. Clients of his have worked at Microsoft and SpaceX, and he's even coached Mr. Beast. But Andrew hasn't always been this way, and he used to struggle with a video game addiction.
For many years of my life, I was what some people may call a video game addict. I would play video games many hours a day. My routine would look like I would come home from lectures, I would play video games until the evening, probably skipping dinner because I didn't have time, or even eating dinner whilst at the video game, and then go into bed and then rinse and repeat. It got me hooked for one reason. Because the game is designed to get you hooked. One of the ways, and one of the main ways that they make it addictive, is by giving you instant gratification. But the more instant gratification you do, the more it wires your brain to seek instant gratification. Because if I'm playing a video game and I'm getting a lot of dopamine, my brain's saying, well done, you're doing the right thing, then I'm going to keep coming back and doing that again and again and again and again and again. There is no denying it that video games are fun. There's no denying it that it just gives you a thrill. It does all of these things to your brain. It gives you so much dopamine, it's absolutely insane. And I completely understand the people that play video games that say it's just fun, it's just what I want to be doing. And this was the experience I had. I fell into their trap and I wasted so many thousands of hours on that playing video games. And then what happened was back then I tried to stop playing video games, but because I had friends messaging me and getting me back on, and because I was wired in a way that CSGO had changed my brain chemistry to make me only want to play that game and not do anything else with my time, I would go back to video games and I would stop, and I'd go back to video games and I would stop.
Struggling with this back and forth that so many of us go through when we're trying to quit gaming, Andrew realized he needed to stop for good. And one of the key ideas that really helped him do that was completely changing his mindset around how he manages his time.
We've got to understand the equation of outputs divided by inputs. We can use this to help us figure out what activities we should be doing. Very simply, outputs are the benefits of a task, what do you get from the task, and you divide that by inputs, the costs of the task. So if there's lots of benefits, the output of the equation is good, and if there's lots of costs, the output of the equation is bad. So you want to find activities that give you a lot of benefit in a little amount of time. This is leverage, and this allows you to consistently improve and live an incredible life. When we apply this equation, the outputs of video games are it's fun. Oftentimes you can spend time with your friends in ways that you wouldn't otherwise, and it's relaxing. Those are most commonly cited benefits of video games. So there are definitely outputs, there are definitely benefits, as well as some people claiming that there are scientific benefits as well. You know, these are all valid. There are some benefits of video games. No one's going to deny that. The part that people get stuck on is when you recognize the size of the inputs. It's vast, it's incredible. It requires a whole lot of time. When I used to play CSGO, a video game, I would have to invest thousands of hours into the game because it was one of those games that in order to get good at it, you had to invest everything into the game. When we look at this equation, the outputs over inputs equation doesn't look too positive. There are definitely benefits, but the costs are absolutely phenomenal. A ridiculous amount of time spent. When you're trying to figure out how you should be spending your time, don't just ask, is this activity beneficial? You've got to ask, is this activity as beneficial as other tasks that you could be spending your time on? There are benefits, but the benefits are nowhere near as large as other things that you could be spending your time on.
So instead of playing video games for hours and hours and hours, Andrew spent his time reading more books, spending more time with his girlfriend, and growing his YouTube channel that has a mission of helping others learn how to optimize their time and live an incredible life. Like Andrew, I believe that quitting gaming is only step one, and it's actually what you do with your time that really matters most. If you just replace gaming with watching YouTube videos or streamers on Twitch, life isn't going to get much better. But if you focus on finding new activities that really help you not only be productive, but move forward in your life towards your goals and towards these dreams that you have, you can really make incredible progress. Now, one of the barriers that I have found, not just in my own personal experience, but also working with game quitters, is that one of the struggles that many people go through after they quit gaming is learning how to actually be productive. Gaming is a source of procrastination. It allows us to kind of avoid having to do anything in our life because gaming can maximize all of our attention. So even for myself, I've struggled with this quite a bit. And recently I was really getting frustrated with how much I was procrastinating. So I started to look for answers, and that's when I came across Andrew and his procrastination program. And it's helped me a lot over the last few months just be a lot more productive and not be so frustrated with my inaction. I find after you quit gaming, there's a lot of ups and downs. And for different periods I've been productive, and for other periods I haven't been. And so the program has really helped me identify why I was going through such a roller coaster at different times and how I can stop that from happening in the future. So if you're someone who has already quit gaming and you're struggling to really take that next step, then you can check out Andrew's procrastination program in the description below. And if you haven't quit gaming yet, what are you waiting for? Your life is passing you by. And you can't just continue to say, I'll quit next year, I'll quit next month, I'll quit tomorrow. You have to start taking action today. So with that, I'm going to leave you with a message from Andrew himself. And I hope that everyone is having a good day, and be safe out there.
Hey Cam, it's super cool for you to be making a video like this, and it's been so much fun getting to know you over the past few weeks, and I'm really excited about the future. And everybody else that's watching this, I really want to give you a reminder that it's possible to overcome video game addiction so much that you barely remember what it was like. Speaking from experience, there's times that I have to tell people my story and what it was like for me to be addicted to video games. And genuinely, it's hard to remember what that experience was like. It's so far removed from the current reality that I'm experiencing, it's genuinely different to recall it. A lot of people misquote Darwin and say that it was survival of the fittest, but he actually said it was survival of the most adaptable. And us humans, we're the most adaptable species, and you can adapt. You can go from being a video game addict to barely remembering what it was like to go through that experience. It's completely within your potential. It's completely within your power. I've been a hardcore video game player, and this proves everything. Those people that have this mouse mat, you know what it's like to be a hardcore video gamer.